Okay, so focusing on these 6 balls there. I'm going to inhale, grab it. Exhale, send out to D4. D7. D10. D13. Eka D1. Eka D4. Inhale back in to the EirA. Exhale back to D4. D7. D10. D13. Eka D1. Eka D4. Pause. Inhale back into the EirA. Exhale to D4. 7. 10. 13. Eka D1. Eka D4. Back in. At D4. D7. D10. D13. Eka D1. Eka D4. Pause. Back in. D4. D7. D10. D13. Eka D1. Eka D4. Back in. Once more. D4. D7. D10. D13. Eka D1. Eka D4. Back in. Pause. Now send it up to the Rajna. Exhale. The Rajna up at the pineal there. How is that pace for everyone? Okay. You can't hear me? Okay, thank you. So focusing on the 6 balls in the Rajna. Inhale, grabbing them. Send to D4, D7, D10, 13. Eka D1, Eka D4. Pause. Inhale back into the Rajna. Send to D4, D7, D10, D13, Eka D1, Eka D4. Pause. Back in. Send to D4, D7, D10, D13, Eka D1, Eka D4. Pause. Back in. Send to D4, D7, D10, D13, Eka D1, Eka D4. Back in. Send to D4, D7, D10, D13, Eka D1, Eka D4. Back in. Pause. Send down to the Iumbi. Focusing on the 6 swirling heliotic masses at the Iumbi. Inhale, grabbing them. Send to D4, D7, D10, D13, Eka D1, Eka D4. Back in to the Iumbi. Send to D4, D7, D10, 13, Eka D1, Eka D4. Back into the Iumbi. Send to D4, D7, D10, D13, Eka D1, Eka D4. Back into the Iumbi. Round 4, Eka D4, D7, D10, Eka 13, Eka D1, Eka D4. Back in. Send to D4, D7, D10, 13, Eka D1, Eka D4. Back in. One more round to D4, D7, D10, D13, Eka D1, Eka D4. Pause. Into the Iumbi. Pause. Now send up through the Le-Tui-A to Shaka 14. Take a moment to connect with the 6 spheres. That's chakra 14, 36 inches above your head. Again, we're going to do 6 rounds. Inhale, grabbing them. Send 2, D4, D7, D10, 13, Eka D1, Eka D4, back in, chakra 14, send 2, D4, D7, D10, D13, Eka D1, Eka D4, back in. I'm going to go a little bit slower. Send to D4, D10, 7, D10, 13, Eka D1, Eka D4, back in, send to D4, D7, D10, 13, Eka D1, Eka D4, back in, send 2, D4, D7, D10, 13, Eka D1, Eka D4, back in, one more round, Eka D4, D4, D7, D10, 13, Eka D1, Eka D4, back in. Pause, releasing the upper spiral universal Merkaba seal 15. Exhale gently there. Try to see if you can notice a little spiraling action from there. Okay, so now inhale, grabbing it. We're going to send it down to the Le-Tui-A to chakra 13, the Mahajra center there. Inhale, exhale. Releasing the bottom spiral universal Merkaba seal 15.